Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. We're speaking about the CWWA's 33rd conference and exhibition taking place from the 21st to the 25th of October at the Hyatt Regency. Joining us in studio is President-elect of the CWWA, Candice Santana, and Lorraine Lucky, Executive Director of the CWWA. Good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
It's a pleasure to have both of you on the show with the woman power. It's invigorating to say the least. So let's start with you, Candice. First of all, congratulations as President-elect.
Thank you.
Now, can you share with us a bit about the CWWA?
All right. So the Caribbean Water and Wastewater Association was founded in 1991 and enacted in Parliament here in Trinidad and Tobago. It is an NGO and a professional organization. We bring together all the experts, professionals working in water, wastewater, and solid waste in the Caribbean and the wider Caribbean region. We would host an annual conference and we would develop a work program for this sector and roll it out throughout the Caribbean region. Our mission and vision speaks to us advocating for the water and sanitation sector, and sometimes we call it that the water and sanitation sector, and really advocating for best practices in our sector.
So we're looking at something that essentially is streamlining the entire region, which of course is so needed, as we know. Yeah. Lorraine, let's bring you into the conversation. Can you tell us what is this year's theme? And I know there are some sub-themes as well.
Yes. So, you know, and I just have to say, this is our 33rd year. We're so happy to be celebrating, and we're back in Trinidad, so we're also happy to be here. We haven't been here for a little while. So our theme this year is collaborative regional action toward a climate resilient, water secure, and solid waste and waste management Caribbean. So the theme really is about us looking at some of the key challenges in the region and addressing them. And you mentioned the sub-themes. So the sub-themes would include, similar to the theme, things like NRW water management, which is non-revenue water. I know a lot of persons in Trinidad and Tobago would be familiar with that theme, and that is something that plagues the region. So that's a major component, as well as water security, wastewater management, water quality management, solid waste management, and governance. So those are some of the sub-themes. And the sub-themes really allow persons to develop case studies, academic papers, and share projects that have happened both internationally and regionally with everybody that is attending the conference. So that's part of our knowledge sharing component. So this year we have over 60 presenters, so we're really happy about that, with some side events as well.
Now, as you mentioned, the side events, I know that, I mean, it's a few days of, I mean, it seems like in some ways celebrations. What other events do you have, Carded?
Well, you know, Caribbean people love to enjoy themselves as well. And, you know, it's not all work and no play. So we do have, on the more official end of things, we do have our official opening ceremony, which is happening on Monday 21st, the evening of Monday 21st. And this is a big deal for us. This is when everybody comes together and we've officially opened it. The host country, Trinidad and Tobago, would be a big part of it. And I must say, and I must thank the Ministry of Public Utilities. They have been a very critical and very helpful partner in managing and developing and coordinating this conference this year. So we have the opening ceremony, and we also have the official ribbon cutting portion where we open the exhibition. This year we have over 55 exhibitors expected from not just the region, from North America, South America, the UK, Europe, and even one or two from China. So it's really a nice melting pot of technology, products, services. We also have our cultural night, which is, you know, as we say, the let loose night, the night when we have fun, and more importantly, we get to showcase the host country's culture. And, you know, I'm a little biased, so I'm really happy that we can showcase the beautiful culture of Trinidad and Tobago. So we'll be doing that on Tuesday, evening. And then we have our closing ceremony as well as some technical tours. So we'll be taking delegates from the conference on 3 various technical tours throughout Trinidad to a wastewater plant as well as a water plant and some solid waste technical tours as well. And a huge component of that would also be a tour of the newly established WASA Operational Control Center.
Excellent. So it's a jam-packed schedule for a lot of attendees, of course. Let's speak about the attendees, though. You've mentioned people coming from all over the region and the world. Who is this open to? I mean, who is your target audience?
So our essential target audience would be anybody working in water, wastewater, and solid waste. It will start with our engineers, technicians, and so on. It's open to both the public and private sector. It's not limited to water utilities in any way. We are open to persons working in water resources management, persons working in water quality. And as we know, water quality is not just limited to the water sector. We would also have persons from sectors that share synergy or align with the water sector. The tourism sector, manufacturing, agriculture, and so on. In addition to that, a key component of the conference would be the HLF, which is the high-level forum. This would be our 20th HLF for ministers, Caribbean ministers with responsibility for water and wastewater, and the 8th high-level forum for ministers with responsible for waste. So we would also have present here in Trinidad and Tobago persons from the decision-making realm of things straight down to technicians, and again from both the public sector and the private sector.
So everybody's going to be able to take something away from this. Now let's talk about that. After an event such as this, what do you expect of those who have attended when they go back to their respective countries?
Oh my. I want to answer that question looking at the very first conference I attended, the first CWWA conference I attended. The first conference I attended, I think, would have been the first conference Lorraine as well would have attended, which would have been 2014 in the Bahamas. As a young professional at that time, I walked away with mentors in the sector. I walked away with knowledge that would have been shared from other persons and other experiences in the region. And I know that the persons at the decision-making level would have walked away with knowledge and tools to work with in terms of policy development, governance, and so on. The engineers would walk away with new technology, new methodology in doing whatever we need to do to face the challenges that the sector would face. And in the Caribbean here, what happens to us is we are one of the most vulnerable regions in the world to climate change. And climate change obviously will impact the water sector. So walking away with that knowledge and the ability to handle things like Hurricane Dorian or Maria and Irma or even Beryl, that is an essential part of the sector as well.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Candice. We are almost out of time. Before we go, Lorraine, where can we get more information about the conference?
So there are a number of ways you can do that. You can first just go directly to our website. Everything is online, www.cwwa.com, or you can just give us a call. If you're from the region, it'll be 868-645-8681. So feel free. We also have actually an email address. So it's cwwattsecretariat@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for sharing, and all the best at the conference, Lorraine Lucky and Candice Santana.
Thank you.
Have an excellent day.
Thank you. And thank you to all out there.
You guys.
Speaking about the 33rd CWWA conference happening this month at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on the Now Morning Show after this break.